Now what news on the Rialto?
Why, it lives there, unchecked, that Antonio hath the ship of rich landing, wrecked on the narrow seas. The Goodwins, I think they call the place, a very dangerous, flat, and fatal, where the carcasses of many a tall ship lie, buried, as they say, if my gossip report to be an honest woman of her world.
I would she were as lying a gossip and the knapped ginger, or made her neighbor believe she wept for the death of a third husband. But it is true, without any slips of proximity or crossing the plain highway of talk, that the good Antonio, the honest Antonio, oh, that I had a title good enough to keep his name company.
Come, the full stop.
Ha! What sayest thou? Why the end is he hath lost his ship?
I would, and might prove the end of his losses.
Let me say amen. Betimes thus the devil cross my prayer, for he hath comes in the likeness of the Jew. I don't know, Shylock, what news among the merchants?
You knew none so well as you of my daughter's flight.
That's certain. I, for my part, knew the tailor that made the wings she flew withal.
And Shylock, for his own part, knew the bird was fledged. Then it was the complexion of them all to leave damned.
She's damned for it.
That's certain, if the devil may be her judge.
My own flesh and blood to rebel?
Out upon it old Carrion rebels at these years.
I say my daughter is my flesh and blood.
There is more difference between thy flesh and hers than between jet and ivories. More between the bloods than her there is between red wine and Rhenish. But tell us, do you hear whether Antonio have any loss at sea or no?
There I have another bad match. A bankrupt, a prodigal, dare scarce show his head on the Rialto, a beggar that was used to come so smug upon the mart. Let him look to his bond. He was wont to call me usherer. Let him look to his bond. He was wont to lend money for a Christian courtesy. Let him look to his bond.
Why, I am sure if he forfeit, thou will not take his flesh. What's that good for?
To bait fish withal. If it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He hath disgraced me and hindered me 500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted my bargains, cooled at my friends, heated mine enemies. And what's his reason? I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions? Fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer as a Christian is? If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we are like you and the rest, we will resemble you in that. If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge. If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferance be by Christian example? Why, revenge. The villainy you teach me, I will execute, and I shall go hard, but I will better the instruction.
Gentlemen, my master Antonio is at his house and desires to speak to both of you.
We have been up and down to seek him.